what are your impressions of Shabanov so far?
Yeah, I thought he kind of pops off the page at you, and he should. He's a little bit older, and obviously the pedigree of playing in the KHL. He's a very good player over there, so you can see his skill set out there in the drills that we're doing. And what I thought was impressive too is we're doing a lot of checking drills, like fundamental checking things, so nothing crazy. But I thought he did a good job with those as well. So very positive so far.
With the language barrier, it's kind of tough. But how has the coaching staff been able to still train him and kind of guide him in the right direction?
I just say jokes to him, see if he picks up on it. That's about it.
Has he laughed yet? Or?
Yeah, he laughed at one of mine, so I don't know if he understood it or not. Maybe he knows more than he's letting on.
What parts of his game do you think are going to, I guess, translate most easily to the NHL?
I don't know yet. I really don't know. But you can see the skill set that he has out there. Now he's out there against a lot of young guys too, so I'm saving that evaluation, me personally, till main camp and till the exhibition season. But he definitely has a skill set that obviously, in my opinion, looks like it could translate to the NHL, especially when he gets out there with some of the stronger, more offensive players with the Islanders right now. So, like I said, it's positive, but I'm holding back my personal opinion until I get more information.
I know you said you're evaluating them right now, but have you noticed some guys that really just took advantage of the last 2 months since rookie camp? Are there guys that just stand out like, okay, they worked on X, Y, and Z?
Well, truthfully, I'm not evaluating yet. So outside of Shabanov, because I noticed a few great plays there, and Schaefer stands out for me too. His elite skill set. I'm more focused on making sure the practice is going good and they're working hard. I've been really impressed with everybody because the practices haven't been easy, and their pace of play. I don't go to the board a lot, so it's a lot of focus that they have to have in order to execute out there the way I coach. And I'm really impressed with it because it's not normal for them to have that. There's a lot of board time and stuff, and I've been really pleased with their attention to detail and their focus.
With 25 guys now out there, right? How do you set up scrimmage situations? I don't think you have enough for a full inter-squad scrimmage, or do you?
That'll be a better question asked tomorrow because we're going to do games tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll see how it works.
Yeah.
We have a plan right now to do. I kind of want to do a little bit like we did in development camp, although we don't have the bodies. But guys didn't get a ton of reps in development camp during the games because we had two pretty full teams there. So tomorrow I am going to do some full ice scrimmaging, and we'll see how it goes. We got to play it by ear. And we do have a small area game tomorrow planned as well. So if there's a time to come out and watch that isn't as much practice, tomorrow would be that day.
Do you get more evaluation out of those situations, or do you still want to pull back and say, hey, this is just rookie camps, I'm not going to evaluate?
Yeah, I'm not evaluating yet. Yeah, I want to see when they're in the NHL practices. Right now, because I want to set the tone, I'm running the whole practice. So it's hard for me to focus on individuals and do a ton of teaching. I'm doing a little bit here and there with things I pick up, but I'm really trying to keep everything else organized as a whole with it moving efficiently and stuff, and allowing the other coaches that are out, because you see we have a number of coaches out there. We go over the details that we want done and that we want helped out, and they've had a ton of positive feedback, but it's hard for me to see all of these little details as I'm running that practice.
What are you looking for Bales to give these guys out there with his experience? Josh Bailey.
Oh, okay. His career was unbelievable, and I just told him I didn't want to put a burden on him. I'm like, don't worry as much about the drills. I said, just things that you see the guys are doing, just go up and you're kind of serving as a mentor. And he's such a great person, and obviously you look at the career that he had. Just for them to, they all know who he is, obviously, on top of it. So when and I don't know what he's saying to him, I just gave him the freedom. Whatever you see, just go up and talk to the guys and just be more from an individual standpoint, allowing him to communicate with the guys. And it means everything when you're a young player and somebody like that is out there helping you.
You talk about mentor. I mean, it seems like Maggio is taking on that role as an older vet. How much of a good thing is that for you, where you have a guy in the room that's still young, but someone that could help at their level and has gone through what they've gone through?
It's a good point that you bring him up, because now that you mention his name, I do notice that he's first in line. And I told guys, I said, hey, listen, some guys don't visually, when I'm or verbally pick up things as well when I'm barking out commands. So I said, just go in the back of the line. There's no shame in that. And if you're a person who can, be at the front of the line so you can help. And he's been a guy who's been at the front of the line. He's executed well. I've known him for a long time because he was from Windsor when I was coaching there, and he's just a little little guy. And I know his father, he puts in the work and he wants to get better. And so he's done a good job out in this camp. It is a positive for sure.
And leading the closing stretch, is that something that you told him to do, or is that something that he just went and did?
No, I don't tell anybody to do any. Oh, with that one, that just happened yesterday. I just asked the guys, I said, who's going to lead the stretch? And then they led the stretch. So now it's different moving forward because they pick first star of the practice. And whoever the first star is, they're going to lead the stretch the rest of the way. So,
Cal Ritchie, obviously, when you're a part of a Brock Nelson trade, there are expectations on you. And I know you're not evaluating right now, but, from what you've seen in his game, what is the ceiling? What can he add to this organization, and maybe how quickly can he add it?
that I don't know how quickly. That's a question that'll be better asked later. If you want my personal opinion, then obviously for the staff and Patrick and his staff, and then for the general managers. But he skates extremely well, and his head is up when he has the puck on his stick. And you can tell that that's how he generates a lot of his offense, being that big-bodied of a person. So I've never really seen him play. So I can't give an opinion outside of what I see in practice. And the practice part is very positive. There's no doubt about it. And so when I see the level of offense that he's had in junior, it makes sense to me. How after translating that here, and it'll be fun to watch him for me for the first time in these NHL exhibition games.
Talk about how impressed you were with the way they've operated with their hard practices. How much of a benefit do you think development camp was? Just them getting used to you getting used to them, for them to be ready for this?
Yeah, I think development camp is important because of the environment that it was, and it makes them feel better and more confident coming out here. There's probably a little less nerves because of that situation, which is mission accomplished coming out of it. So I like the fact that I don't want them to think too much when they're out here. So you see the drills that we're doing, they're not overly complicated. They're simple, and we just want to see them work hard, execute the best that they can, and then at the beginning of practice, let's work on these little finer details that you don't have to worry about working so hard on. Working as far as the competition, etc. Just doing the best that you can in that environment.
What are your early impressions of Luke Rowe, a guy that's a little bit older, has a military background, and just a leadership and what he brings to camp?
Yeah, he's another guy who's first in line and had a really good year last year in Ontario, and so a competitive player. And he's kind of hard on himself out there when you can hear him out there. It's kind of funny, but that's good. I think he demands a lot of himself. And again, I'm just starting to get to know these guys, and so I don't know really very many of them at all. So I'm starting to get the faces attached to the names now, which is good, and I'm pretty quick with that too. So in the next couple of days, I should have them all down.
Schaefer, obviously being the number one pick, there's so much going on around him. How do you try to manage those expectations, or even your expectations, not letting them get inflated or anything?
Well, I don't have to manage those expectations at all. Yeah, it's not my responsibility. I'm just there to try and help him while he's on the ice, and that's all any of us are trying to do.
Are you impressed with just the way he's been able to handle it all?
Oh, absolutely. He's a very impressive young man. There's no doubt. Very engaging, coachable. There were some things on the ice even today that he was doing wrong from how I wanted to do it. And I just said, I want your feet pointed in this direction. Okay, I got it. And then boom, he did it. And he was better instantly that way. So, like I said, he's very coachable. He's a great kid, and you guys all know it. This guy's had a microphone in his face more than anybody I've seen in the last, 2 months. So, he's a very mature young man.